We've been following this thing as it's unfolded. And yesterday, Dan, you said if Mac Jones took the first-team reps today, you thought it was his job. So what do you make of today's practice now knowing what Cam did?
Yeah, the fact that Cam missed time, or maybe the reason why, in Bill Belichick's eyes, it wasn't worthy of him losing that starting role, or at least being the guy that walked out there with the ones today. I guess the performance from Mac Jones yesterday wasn't enough. But I do find it interesting, and you guys can check me if I'm wrong on this, because it has sounded like all offseason, all summer, Bill Belichick has been adamant, Cam Newton's our starter, Cam Newton's our starter, Cam Newton's our starter. And then to Mike Reese's report, and I heard it today in a press conference, somebody asked Bill Belichick, when are you going to name the starting quarterback? What's your timetable? And he said, well, I'm not there yet. I'm not putting a timetable on it. I'm not ready to do that. From everything that I've heard, that's different. That is different from everything that I've heard. I have been adamant. I believe that Mac Jones should be their starting quarterback. I believe that if he's been this good already, imagine what he's going to be like in November and December. So it just sounds like Coach Belichick, excuse me, did not deem that time, or the reason the time Cam was away, worthy of going, all right, Mac, you're now the guy to walk out there with the ones.
And Dio, I think you make great points, man, especially you know what we talk about all the time. And the fortunate part we talked about was the opportunity to compete for a starting job. Last year, that wasn't afforded to a lot of guys, and you had to kind of makeshift things and piecemeal stuff together, which was the situation with Cam. And then when you look at this particular preseason, obviously the first-round draft pick that they took 15th is going to get a lot of hype, and everybody's going to talk about what he's done. But here's the reality. And look, this is a caveat. Mac Jones has 38 attempts to Cam's 16. But the point is, and the reason why I wanted this graphic to go up, is based on Cam's reps. He's done nothing to give away the starting job. And I get it that Mac has looked good. It seems like he has a tremendous grasp of this system. He understands what the New England Patriots are trying to do. You and I have talked about the premium that they put on valuing and taking care of the football.
Right.
But when you look at those numbers, what that tells me is Cam hasn't given it away with the opportunities that's been given to him. And I think that is what Bill Belichick is operating off of, with all of the stuff in the back of his mind about how last year played out, and possibly feeling like Cam, there's no way he could have came in and had success in that particular situation.
Yeah, but that's I have an issue with that, because I've heard people say it, and I don't know if you have this philosophy, like, well, Cam's going to be better than he was last year. But that's not, that has no relevancy in today. You play the guy that has been better now. I don't care if Cam is better now than he was last year, or we're going to get a better version of Cam Newton because of health and because of the pieces around him. The Patriots should play the guy that has been the best player at that position in camp now. And I've talked to people who go to practice every day who have said, Mac's the best guy. He's had the better camp. And so
why though? Why has he had the better camp?
They just said he's been the better quarterback over the period of time, the body of work. He has performed better. And so I don't think it's fair to say, well, we're going to get a better version of Cam Newton this year. That doesn't. What happens if the better version of Cam Newton this year is not better than the version of Mac Jones now?
But Dan, regardless of whatever quarterback you put in, you hoping that they succeed, right? Like you hoping that they're better. And we all know the intensity of the season is going to pick up. That's what everybody fears about rookie quarterbacks. Now, you and I have stood on our platform and said the time for that is gone. Right. Like, if these guys are ready and you can translate the opportunity for them playing. But here's the deal, too, with saying Mac has been better. Do we not trust Bill Belichick? Like, until he says that Mac Jones is the starter, because the one thing you and I both know playing in this league for a long time is that Bill Belichick ain't going to do nobody no favors.
Right.
When it comes to if somebody is clearly head and shoulders above whoever they're competing in that position for. All I'm saying is this, and you may be absolutely right. Mac Jones may be the better quarterback. He may eventually be the guy this year where all of us come back on this show and say, yeah, we missed it earlier. But I believe this, and you know you and I have talked about this. I think Bill Belichick believes that Cam Newton better, because to your point when you said what's better, what are we comparing that to? If we comparing it to last year, it's not a lot of room for him to get worse. But the bottom line is this. You got offseason, you got training camp. based on the work that Cam has put on film during these preseason games, and obviously coming back and being implemented as the first guy in practice, means that Bill Belichick has seen what he needs to see in order to keep him in that position. So maybe I'm just trusting that more than the reports that are coming out, because I've never known Belichick not to go with the best guy at the position.
You know, but to Dan's point earlier, Bill Belichick did change slightly what he's been saying about this quarterback competition and saying that he still hasn't figured things out. He'd been saying that Cam was a starter. And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it just feels like a lot of these coaches that have these quarterback battles where you've got the veteran player and then the younger guy are leaning toward the veteran players, and for a good reason, at least in their minds, right?
Yeah, listen, they're trying to be patient, and they're trying to take a long-term view with these young rookie quarterbacks. And here's the other thing. We're analyzing every one of these head coaches' words on a daily basis. Every single day, they're asked questions about the quarterback competition, and the moment they say something different, everybody's waiting to pounce to say, whoa, did you just not say that Cam is locked in as the starter in week 1? And so that's clickbait for the people on the internet. It's content for us on this show. We're analyzing every word every day from every press conference. It's ridiculous. The fact of the matter is, Bill's been pretty open about the fact that he plans to have Cam as the opening day starter and as the head coach of the Patriots, watching everything that goes on the practice field and in the building. He reserves the right to change his mind if he believes it's in the best interest of the team. But let me say this, Mac Jones has been special this summer. He has been. But they think Cam can be a really good quarterback with all these added new weapons. And so we'll continue to assess what Bill Belichick says every day and analyze it the way we analyze Matt Nagy and Kyle Shanahan and every coach who's waiting on one of these quarterback decisions.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.